Like a lot of doors would be bridge smashed for getting angry. What the you have to mood your bed? Well, see, because at some point it becomes self-reliant, but you also end up never having moods again. Because what you end up with is at some point you end up with people have made beds, but now they're dead. So life is peachy. Like you end up with the beds not needing to be made anymore because you end up with more beds and you end up with dwarves. Start selling off artifact beds. But of course, now you've hit the issue where you can never make another artifact anything, which precludes artifact doors, artifact hatches, you know, all the things that makes a base like genuinely indestructible. You lose out on all these. To order a few more. They got a lot of time of building to get that done. But we also have a lot of wood. My genuine thought is on this. We get this complete, right? We start moving some things in. This is not wholly secure, but it's more secure than this one is right now. We get this done up 5 and start doing the tower. Find some way to secure the top of it. Even if it means we have to prematurely like cap it, like we haven't built a tower, but instead of having it up down, we just put a roof over there, then we can get everyone transferred into this section to be like really safe when connected to this. Particularly because if we connect these two together, we can have them connected via a bridge underground. So they could do all this nonsense to fight into this circle past the military, and then we cut off the entire secondary hut from them. I think that would work. The Chulu is starving. We have food for you. I can't do much for that. Yeah, you need to learn to eat your own food, buddy. Starving, dehydrated, and very drowsy. Still stricken by melancholy. No, I think he's dead. I think he's dead and he's never coming back. Boom, beam. Rejecting that one. Let me think this through. They're building around that. We're gonna need. We have miners not doing anything. Probably. We should. I thought he was crazy. Isn't Cyrilak the one that's crazy? Or no, it's Cthulhu.
Cyrilak the plant lover has bestowed the name Timnar Mazib upon a bronze warhammer. Timnar Mazib, tapered swallow, a bronze warhammer worth 225 dwarf bucks. It's exceptional.
Like that's it. Like what about it? That's exceptional. It has a good heft to it. Ghost word getting redwarfed at dwarf 17. That noise is gonna kill us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Ah, so close to being a crazy man. Well, I went to put it in and then hit clear instead. You're not allowed to live. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I should have known it was one right below the crazy dude. Ghost word. Okay. Commit this time, not cancel. There we go. Ghost word. A peasant. Currently busy constructing buildings. Ghost word. You have a husband who dissects fish. Zakthos is your older sister. A cousin of yours is also a peasant. Sanctum of the Weavers Guild is also a cousin of yours, including another fish cleaner and a shearer. Here we go. Marky Mong 600, the hunter, is your cousin, as is a peasant and a survivalist, and Bear Grylls 88, who happens to be a leather worker, and a peasant, and a doctor. No one talks about Dishmab though, because they make you look like you've done nothing with your life. Because after all, if he could be a doctor, why are you a peasant? Ghostword recently thought a skilled warrior is a beautiful sight to behold, due to being drunk. Ghostword is very agile, but she's slow to heal and very flimsy. Ghostword likes Marcasite, Fine Pewter, Fire Agate, Bew Leather, Bat's Bone, the color Ash Gray, Traction Benches, Amulets, Gia Monster Men for their coloration, and the sound of the silvers of granite. When possible, she prefers to consume giant mongoose, single grain wheat beer, Taper's Milk, and Lickies. She absolutely detests bats. She has an amazing memory, a good feel for social relationships, an ability to read emotions fairly well, a good kinesthetic sense, and good creativity. But she has little patience. She dreams of creating a great work of art someday. T'Chulu is found dead. I knew it. I knew you getting Dwarf would kill T'Chulu. You did it. It's your fault. T'Chulu would have lived if it wasn't for you. What's up, Coots? T'Chulu is dead. Where's T'Chulu? $200. Yep, I'm crazy. What? My name means bronze combat. I must join the military. Are you saying you wish to be in the military? Okay. Ghostword, you were in the military. And as you were in the military, there's no real reason to keep you as a peasant. When after all, there's seen a peasant military as skill, I'm gonna put you in as military. We've lost a minor. What if I put you in as military minor? We'll try that. We'll see what you end up with anyways. T'Chulu is dead. Long live the T'Chulu. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. T'Chulu, you're a minor. T'Chulu. The minor. Not even a mine king. The legit minor. Not being reclassed yet. There we go. T'Chulu, you have no spouse. You have an extended family, including one Professor Org, the minor, who is your younger sister. Must be a family business. CJ the Insane Gifter is your aunt, and Suloic is your uncle, also a minor. Anod is your uncle, also a minor. Ghostword is your cousin, also a minor. Evie, is that the old Ghostword? Evie is your cousin. You pray to 5 deities. You have a lot of minors in your family. T'Chulu recently thought, be happy. Woo! T'Chulu is agile and rarely sick. T'Chulu likes horn silver, iron, red tourmaline, the color plum. Shane's giant cardinals for their coloration. The words of the carbine scribe, the sound of the silvers of granite, and the sight of the flicker of earth. When possible, he prefers to consume slug, donkey cheese, swamp whiskey, and sorghum seeds. He absolutely detests jumping spiders. He has a great feel for social relationships and a great memory, but he has an iffy sense for music and little willpower. He dreams of crafting a masterwork someday. Don't worry, mine happy. Yo, that would sound real creepy in a mining cave, though, if all of a sudden you heard that randomly going down a cave. He's like, hello, is anyone there? Don't worry, mine happy. Hello? Don't. Who's there? Worry. No, seriously, who's there? Mine happy. I'm gonna go now. Woo! At some point you just start running, like, oh no, I do not know what's going on here, but we cannot be here. There is no reason for us to be here. Let us go. And how did the left side go? We were cutting down trees over here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. 5. This is where we need to be. Now it's kind of hard to tell, but it's where the green thing is. Boom, 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 boom. All right, now we're bringing this around the circle. Bring it around. Bring it around. This is just gonna look weird because of all the water in the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 here. There we go. Now we're back. Stone wood logs too. There was like a lot of wood on this map. Were we like in a jungle? I don't remember this. It was very flat, and it's the source of brooks, so it'd be lots of trees, I suppose. Usually I think by this point I would have normally been required to switch over to stone just so I have the multiplier of making the blocks to make all the resources. But guess not today. Wood for everything. All right, nearly there. I know some parts of this tend to be a little bit more drawn out than others. I appreciate your patience. Oh my God. The problem is, or I say the problem, the reason why I say doing some of the auto build scripts I don't think necessarily would work is I routinely have just different ideas for how to build. If that makes sense. So I can never really rely on the program doing what I need for any particular case without just doing it myself every time. Like I spend more time trying to teach it to understand what I'm trying to say than just doing it. Oh, I think I'm approaching where we will have completed the cycle. This is supposed to be 2 the whole time. At what point did I lose what I was doing? This became 1. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. 2, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Even got a goddamn crucifix. The ghosts are slamming my door shut. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I guess I was just 1 square too much. We're good now. Can we re-raid the tower? I don't want to. I mean, like, I want to, but I feel like it's not safe. I don't want to now. The problem is we have no defenses, and while we have a well-trained military, they have no gear. They would literally be running out there with fucking just screaming if you look at them. They don't actually have anything. I'm surprised they got to legendary with what they do have. This is it. He has a bronze warhammer and damaged boots. Like, if we were to get genuinely attacked, we could not fend it off right now. That's why I'm like trying to make sure this core one at the very least gets finished. We could tell everyone to get in here, build a wall or something, and be good. Yeah, he's definitely a vampire, though. He's been locked in there how long? What is his major negative? Is it just that he can't pray? Seriously, what is his major negative? If it's just that he can't pray, I'll make like a little prayer area for him, see if that works. Okay, she does have an issue with prayer. So what if I create an area like this? This is a meeting area. I'm assigning this to, I think, the shaken pregnancy? Is that her temple? There you go. That area counts as part of the shaken pregnancy. You can go there to pray anytime. Where is there an item blocking a site? Oh, because they haven't grabbed the wood that's there yet. Oh my God. Stop it. Stop being dum-dums. Is that the name's Warhammer? No, the named Warhammer is... Timnar Mazib, tapered swallowed. It's all about a man swallowing a tapered thing. Guinea hen was found dead. Why was it outside? This tavern needs to get fixed at some point just because of how borked it is, and the audio stopped again. Actually, it looks like it completely crashed this time. There we go. Oh, they're already wielding it. That's why it's named. But that's like all he has. He's a naked man. Trying to have him defend the base against undead is not going to go well. He has nothing to resist the scratches of the undead claws. How did Edom end up as our mayor again? All right. How is this going? Still slow. I mean, this at least makes sense. I'm trying to order a massive scale building to be done. Democracy in action. So just have the Necros join the fort. What are you talking about? How? How? It's not like, the other game that we were discussing earlier. It's not like RimWorld. You can't just bludgeon a guy, put him in the bed, and be like, join us. Join us or die. It does not work that way. Did the upper floor thing get done? Yes. The defense cordon of don't climb into my base is finished. They are finishing the tree exclusion zone, which is good. Now, I need to turn this into a bridge. Not a full-blown legit bridge. We'll do one of those one-tile wide bridges. I just need it to be a door so it's counted as a wall at some point. Can't do a legit moat because the water below it's an effing brook. So we might as well just make it be one wide and not worry about excess travel squares or anything like that. Build bridge.
south.
Can I build a bridge like that? Yes, of course I can. I need to make this 2v4 because we need to make it wide enough so that at some point a trade caravan can come in, which needs 3. Since the whole thing is an even number, can't do 3, might as well do 4. Just let the caravan choose if it wants to be left aligned or right aligned. Best we can do. Ask blind, he did it. Did what? Hey, cutie Danny boy. He tamed a humanoid? If you're talking about friendly undead, I've created friendly undead, but that's not the same thing. It's not like you assign them orders. The Necrofort. What are you what eggs? I'm talking about skeletons. You were confusing me. What eggs? Does a skeleton have egg? Is this are you talking about like just an undead version of an animal? Necro eggs. Is this a type of creature that I'm unaware of? In my vernacular, you're using a prefix. So you're just saying eggs. It doesn't make sense to me. What the fuck is a necro egg? Must include eggs. I still don't see anything about eggs. Great, someone's going crazy. I don't know what you're talking about. I 100% like, I don't have Wade Master Games going crazy. Fantastic. I don't have the beginnings of an idea of what you're talking about with necro eggs. That's a necro, like necromancer, undead eggs. Like a bird egg? Like an undead bird that happens to still be able to lay eggs? Is that what you're saying? Necro by itself doesn't work. Do you mean that is not answering me anything? Mittens, hood, trousers, cloak, robe, vest, dress? What have I missed? App. Set these on repeat so people can make clothes. If you steal the book from the tower, they can read it necro themselves. I know this. They can turn themselves into a necromancer. But what is this about hatching eggs? I mean, even if it's like a half a joke, I don't understand the joke. I don't understand. Is it a bird? Are you are you saying there's a bird involved? You're like leaving out a verb. You can't just the whole guild. You did what? What did you do to the guild? I don't understand. You were just trolling. Okay, I still don't understand it. The lie maker is dead. Like it doesn't even make sense though. It's a nonsensical statement. What are the eggs? I genuinely can't wrap my mind around it. It doesn't make sense. Like, I feel like there's a gap in communication. There's like a word missing from the sentence. And I like, this is beyond whoosh. You're saying that it was just supposed to be a joke troll or whatever, but it's whooshing above the whoosh. I don't understand the core concept of the sentence. I didn't even know we were talking about humanoids. I was expecting you to respond that humanoids don't lay eggs and thus dismiss the whole thing. I didn't know we were talking about a humanoid. You never actually said it was a necromancer. You just kept saying necro. Necro is a prefix. Necromancer is a wizard of necromancy. Necromancy is the magic of death. Death. You just kept saying death. Nowhere in that word is humanoid directly implied. You could kind of get away with necro tower. That is a tower of necromancers. That is a tower of death. But if you just say necro and egg, I have nothing to assume that it's humanoid with. That's what I'm saying. You're missing part of the sentence. I can't prove or disprove a sentence. That's like saying I have pyro eggs. That doesn't necessarily mean the pyromancer had eggs. I could be talking about a phoenix having eggs, a burning egg. Pyro as a prefix just means fire. The prefix doesn't mean anything. You're leaving out a word. Build, trap, lever. We need mechanisms. Build, workshop, mechanic. Mechanic. I always forget it's a T for mechanics. I believe I built a mason over here before, so I'll build a mechanic here now. I had some pyro eggs once. RNG pedanticist. I'm not being pedantic. You need it's the pronoun game again. You can't say watch him do the thing. Who is him? What are you referencing? If you just say necro by itself, this is a reference usually followed by something. Necro is a modifier. You need the word. If you just modify egg, you're just saying egg of death. Better watch out for my egg of death. Sounds like some weird fucking death metal thing. I'm not being pedantic. I could not have even made the assumption that you were talking about necromancers. Nowhere in there. Necro egg does not imply or disimply humanoid. Mostly yes, because mancer still means wizard. If we were in a game and there are wizards in it, and you said, look out, there's a mancer behind you, I would take that as there's an unknown wizard behind you. So I would respond with, oh dear Lord, we should watch out. If there is a wizard behind me, I would watch out. That is knowing that there's a wizard, but not what kind of wizard. For instance, in D&D, I could say there's a pyro behind you. And in D&D context, you might just assume it's a sorcerer or someone who does fire magic. However, in real life, I could still technically say there's a pyro behind you, and you could maybe go with there's a pyromancer. Not pyromancer, I've gotten stuck in D&D terms. There's a pyrophiliac. There's someone trying to light you on fire. Which, by the way, I have had someone try to do. Really weird. Really weird. But anyways, ignoring that. But if you say there's a pyro egg behind you, now you have to stop. Because how is there an egg? A pyromancer egg for a pyromancer, makes sense. The egg becomes a pyromancer. But what does a pyro egg entail? It is an egg that catches fire. Are you calling a fireball a pyro egg? Is this an egg that you don't understand what a phoenix is? So you just said it weird and you mean firebird egg? There's some ways that you could use half of it for sure, and it kind of half makes sense. Necro egg doesn't work though. There is no assumptions to be made with a necro egg. This is not a normally defined assumption. Again, like him. If you and me are talking about someone, we can say him. If me and Domine are talking together and we're talking about Cyrillac, and then I say him, you can assume I'm still talking about Cyrillac. But if I walk up to Dominate out the middle of the blue, and I'm just like, you wouldn't believe him. Wouldn't believe who. You'd be like, who is him? There is no context to fill in the pro down. Wade Master Game has had a mood. If you say Necro Egg, egg is one's a prefix, one's essentially a suffix. If I just say egg, we assume the food type egg. But what if I surprise you and it's a duck egg? You'd be annoyed. Or somehow I was like, BT Dubs goose egg. I threw an egg at you. You wouldn't be annoyed, but you would be surprised because you made a supposition that it was a chicken egg, if we were on a farm, say. An egg is something egg. This is a turtle egg. This is a chicken egg. It is a secondary word modified by a previous word. Necro is a prefix that modifies, they're both missing the middle word. You can't have the first word and the last word without something. A necro chicken egg I could have worked with.
I'll name you after that guy who did that thing.
Him is egg. He will know. We'd all assume you're rat girl. Egg great. So it's important to know the type of wizard you're dealing with. Okay, you said something about evil undead killing your dwarves. I said make your dwarves into necromancers to control them. And now even I'm lost. No. It wasn't make my dwarves into necromancers. It was go to their place and then have more necromancers or something. Like you said it in a way that made it sound like I was going to capture necromancers at the fort. And then you're like, it can be done through a necro egg. Domine, the artist, has bestowed the name Nothis Zalis Gostang Fazis upon a steel battle axe. Finally naming us something steel. That's good. What is this? Whatever the hell the first name was. Grief Warded, the awe-inspiring celebration. A steel battle axe worth 1,020 dwarf bucks. This is a steel battle axe. All craftsdwarfship is average as hell. It bears no striking resemblance to anything else, and there is no engravings upon it to identify it as anything else. But it is awe-inspiring. Necro Titan Egg. Yeah, Necro Titan Egg, or Eggy, I could go with. It's a Titan Eggy that there's a Necro version of it. There's a Death Titan Eggy. Fine, I can work with this. But you need the middle word. Because you're now going Final Fantasy 14. If you just said Necro Eggy, you'd be like, it's an Eggy of what? What is a Eggy of? It's an Eggy of Necro. It's like air poof. It's like having the bottom of a hill collapse without, or the top of a hill collapse without a bottom. How does that work? You can't have a top without a bottom. It is a word in relation to another word. I'm gonna put this lever way down here. Have them join. There we go. Have them join. And I had stated something along the lines of, well, you can't have them really join. And then it was, yes, you can with a necro egg. So even in this case, the egg wouldn't even be hatching because somehow the egg made a pre-existing thing join. It still doesn't make sense. My brain is very sad. He will him know. How does the him know he? Tune in next time on Dragon Ball Z. It's like non-foreign language related English. At least it's still them sparring the whole time. All right, the tree exclusion zone got paused at some point due to wood. But I think we're good, other than that. Yep, and we're doing the bridge now. So I think it's safe to say that excluding airborne creatures, this base is safe. The dude has had a mood, and I don't think he has started. He grabbed bone. Wants lots of gems. Bone. Gym. 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 He wants like 4 or 5 gyms. All right. And that's what he is hung up on. So we shall get him gyms. Let's see. I hope this doesn't spread to ore. I just want that particular type of gym. And I want it now. Where are our miners? We do have 4 miners. One of which looks unhappy. But we should be making clothes. I have someone on like constant repeat cycling through different clothes. All right, they are getting gyms. So that one dwarf should come down here at some point to grab gyms. I think that was him. Hopefully that was enough gyms for him. We'll find out soon, won't we? 1. He grabbed 3 in one go. Jesus. All right, so I guess I was counting a little too fast when I got to 4 or 5. He will know. Also, how you doing, cutie Danny boy? I think I said hi earlier, but I lost you in the in the loss of I wouldn't say loss of consciousness. What the hell would I call it just happened? Loss of coherent thought. There we go. I think I lost track of you in the loss of coherent thought. How have you been, cutie Danny boy? All right, we have saved Wade Master Game. He is having a mood. It is bone related and therefore, like, more than likely not just utterly pointless to anything we are doing. Now they've done all the other major projects. Let's continue on with this major project. Huzzah. Oh, we have cocoa wood. Cannot wait to have the chocolate. Chocolate rain. Are we gonna really end up out of wood? Oh my god. We are going through the woods, something fierce and fast. Then next time it'll be 2, 2, 3. So they each have to go up 1 and 1 to the right. It was a tag team miscommunication. All right, yeah, we're gonna need trees cut down. We're going through them at a rather fast rate. I think we're gonna get to the point where we're gonna start flooring over in here. Like, I don't want to floor it over. I think we definitely need to keep some areas for growing of trees and such. But like, trying to make anything useful out of the water here. Like, we gotta get buildings in here. We gotta get barracks and like, they have to count as being inside. So we're gonna have to floor over something to start cramming in tons of barracks. Barracksies, barrackeyes, barooks. 9 units without bedrooms, 2 unknown bedrooms. Fuck me. We also need to start making beds. Oh boy. Beds. Huzzah. Just what I've always wanted. More beds. Oh, I'm on auto mining ores gym still. That's why. I don't want this to be upstairs. I want this to be upstairs. This is where. let me erase this as it is no longer necessary.
Oh, it's completely.
Wade Master Game, the minor noble, has created Ada Lakig, a monitor lizard bone buckler. Actually, that's pretty useful. He offers it to the Toreadors. A Tolakig, true stretch, a monitor lizard bone buckler, weighing less than 1 pound and worth 38,160 Dwarf bucks. Now we're gonna get attacked. This is a monitor lizard bone buckler. All craftsmanship is of the highest quality. It is encrusted with trillion cut pyrites, decorated with dog leather, and encircled with bands of tapered baguette cut pyrites. The object menaces with spikes of red beryl. On the item is an image of a buckwheat in monitor lizard bone. On the item is an image of Riley, Scorched Sheens the elf, and LaRue Blizzard Cacti, the human and pyrite. LaRue Blizzard Cacti is striking down Riley Scorched Sheens. The arc relates to the killing of the elf Riley Scorched Sheens by the human LaRue Blizzard Cacti and Master Glitter in the Forest of Whispering in the early spring of 136 during Auguste Thrathnu, the Assault of Infernos. So it's a bone elf about killing elves. I give it 10 out of 10 Dwarf bucks.
There's a dwarf throwing a tantrum.
And now he's throwing a tantrum. The dude just made an artifact, and the new emotion system isn't even letting him be happy with that. He is already throwing a tantrum. Are you kidding me? What the shit? Yo, I thought they got a little bit after making an artifact before they were allowed to feel sad again. But no, this dude's just like, my life is shit. That kind of half ruins the purpose of artifacts, I'm not gonna lie. I thought that they still had at least a window. Now he's fighting people.
Ring.
And now he's dead. Congratulations, you made an artifact and dead. What the fuck? I think I fixed it. Ring. He got upset he didn't make an arty every time. Did he curse it somehow? I don't think so. At least I don't think that's in the game right now. Do they curse things? Is there like a dying curse on their artifacts? That'd be something. Bye. You mean good night, Bear Grylls? I'm assuming you mean like good night, in which case good night, stay safe. It's just really weird. Bear Grylls comes out of lurking and all he just says is bye. Davos is dead now. Oh my god. Oh, did I close the little folder? Damn it. All right, go back to script. Total dwarf, dwarves, Davos. All right, Davos is dead now. No, don't close chatbot. Get back to console, get this. There we go. Just saying goodbye to that poor artifact maker. Oh, okay. Bye, Felicia. It's just really weird though, Bear Grylls. You haven't You haven't been active in chat for a minute. Millicent on that was just bye. Speaking of which, why are they not burying him? What is going on here now? Oh, we never built the new caskets, did we? That might help, because I don't have it. Casket. 20. Give me 20 caskets. What is suspended? Why are their floors suspended? I want to go to job. Does there not go to building B? Oh, good. Just what I had always wanted. We seem to die a lot. We went a good time without anyone dying. All right. What it was is the dude that we kicked out just slowly infected people with sadness by breaking their legs. Also, the tavern may or may not be glitched, and I don't know how to fix this. What if I get rid of all of this and then put down a new food thing in its place, and then a new food thing? I will just re-go back to only allowing drinks. Will it start working again? Because it seemed to work for like half the dwarves and didn't work for the other half of the dwarves. On the bright side, we have 8 units out of bedroom only. So we're making good progress. How did this go? Okay, so no, up, middle. I can start doing bedrooms down here. I don't want to actually put people in it yet because the building is not secure, but we might as well have our miners prepping them. Now, before I did up downs, but we have an entire circle to cram this in. I want to see what I can do with this. Now, normally I do vertical, and I do want to get a verticality into this to compress the actual travel time. But we also have a rather large amount of space afforded to us, assuming we follow the outline prescribed by the bottom of the hill. I don't want to turn all of this into beds, but is there a way to get the maximum out of this? What if up and down, we need a bedroom in the office, right? So we'd be losing a 3x3 square every so often. And in the middle would be the hatch for an up-down stairwell, right? We would need to be accessing these, but we also don't want there to be multiple intersecting paths, pathfinding issues and the like. We don't want to cause the game to calculate too much to do this in. Maximum we can have is 120. We divided that down per quadrant to 4. That is 30 per, right? So already with just doing 5 in either direction, we have created 9. That's like 9 per. We only need 30. If we were to break that down into a square, we could have 5 by 5 be 25 in every direction. Like we just did it like this, where what is actually happening is horizontal halls to north and south. That's really how we would do this. The side halls we wouldn't dig. Later on, we might be able to dig it for a different purpose, something to put in the middle rooms. Prisons and the like, or the suites. That's actually probably what we'd end up doing is the suites. I'm just mapping this out. This would really be both above and below. But if we did it like this, at this point we have 25, 50, 75, 100. With 120 dwarves, we're expecting 20 of them to be in a relationship and sharing a bed. I think that's a fair percentage assumption to make, especially considering we're not anticipating, or we're not even accounting for, any dwarves that happen to be purchased suites by you folk. So if we did the up and down path, if we did the vertical path for these type of rooms, where we just did a 3x3 out to here, except it ends in a 1. If we just do that and then do it again up top, I'm not doing the full thing, but 3, 6, 9, 1, 2, 15, 19. If we just accounted for this amount of space, trim out this so I don't have to worry about digging to it. I think I actually cut it the same either way. That's pretty fun. Then what we can do is the remaining space around the sides can be used for suites. Actually, that's all I'm doing is making the suites. These rooms would be so big, they might as well be suites. Is that what I'm wanting to do? I'll do these as small suites, not to work on the medium suites. We can have the barracks style rooms around the back. We can literally just do this. Oh, work with me. If we legit just did this with unclaimed beds as like a bed for itself, and that's where people slept, we wouldn't even need to worry about verticality on it. This is supposed to be 3. But if we did it like that, and that's where the peasants slept, essentially. Unclaimed, unnamed dwarves. And then this would need to be the same thing. Except these are actually going with stairs up and down. So we put all the unclaimed, unnamed dwarves. Now this is the issue. I want to change this around. I don't want all these people using the same hallways. We don't want the dirty dwarves sharing the same hallways as the clean dwarves. The dirty, unnamed masses. There we go. Now these are mostly probably going to be unused, assuming these are in fact the suites. Up here, is this where it'd be? Yes. This is a J. This is an I. This is a U. Somehow that went very wrong. And that is how that would work. So that is side of room, nothing, side of room, middle. 4 apart. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The fact that we only have enough space for 100 suites makes sense. I do not think we're gonna have more than 100 claimed dwarves at the same time, who have also gotten suites. I don't think that's going to happen. Oh, Jesus. Now, I suppose just to make it look neater. I can take the tips off of these. We really don't need them to be like that. I could actually pull it all the way tighter too. Doesn't really need to reach further than that. The dwarf here isn't going to be having multiple dwarves needing to pathfind around each other often. So we can trim this down, meaning that we can actually save on some mining locations. And we do the same thing here. If we're saving space, means I can bring this in one whole square. I mean, it's only one square here and there. It's kind of, you know, to be bringing it in quite so tight, but it's less pathfinding than it's less pathfinding. It's easier on the computer. I don't know at what point we hit the critical threshold for the memory to like really start chunking, but a little bit here, a little bit there is kind of useful. All right. All right, just making sure. We're also gonna end up with a lot of stone from this. So when they start digging this out, I will enable the statue command and I'll re-enable the tomb. But that's a little bit after this, like we need the supply of stone to start working first. So bear with me on getting that activated before you guys start trying to absolutely flood me with requests. The flooding. Here's the question. 2 wide hole is wide enough to mitigate most issues. Especially if they're going to the right or the left. 4 would absolutely remove it, though. No, we'll just leave it as it is. I would have to shuffle everything to accommodate a 4 plan. A 4 floor plan. Let's go 3 or 5 if I just want traffic, 5 if I want to line with statues, etc. Well, so that's just it though. Like I'm not. Because they are going to be going up and down this a bit. Normally I would go with 3. We need to make it be even. That's the issue. The middle of this is all structured off of what's above, and what's above is even. So this needs to be even. If I did it 4. I don't actually need to do too much. This might still work. Hold on. I think I can make it 4 without doing as much work as I thought I was going to need to do. Bear with me. The main thought for 4 are these. And if this is 4, it doesn't change anything. Like, I don't need to push the rooms out. That can be done no problem. Now, the big concern are the edges, where we have to deal with the regular beds. I wanted to make that 4. Everything needs to move up and down by 1, which includes every individual stairway. So what if we just don't? So I think we're slightly overthinking this, which is we don't need the poor people to be with the rich people. They don't need to have their thing here. But this can be levers or prison cells, something. It doesn't need to be a hallway that people regularly go down. If it doesn't have anything in the middle, that one got. If it doesn't need to be in the middle or as a central pathway, then we don't have to worry. Well, Earman, just walling off the cavern tends to make it easy mode enough. Like, I'm not never really that concerned about the Forgotten Beasts in the caverns. But like, do we need to do anything with this middle area? I'm trying to think of what we could do with something that's only 2. We could have it as statues, but then that would be a lot, and that's kind of iffy and dumb. I could also, if this is how we're doing this, let's say I could just have it as chickens. There's no need to have the food here. So I'd have to move everything by 1 each. To accommodate a 4, I'd have to move everything up and or down by 1 each. And even then, what am I going to get at the back end? Assuming it's a 4, we have it subdivide down into 3 wides, going north and south. For 120 dwarves, we're never going to need to do that, but assume 120 dwarves each hallway need to be able to handle 30. Which means this hallway only needs to be 10. Like, it's a really, really short hallway if we do this. Conversely, if we do it by half, 120 only needs to handle 60. If we were doing 60 beds, it would only need to be that far. Or that far, but 4 wide. That actually just sold it right there, that last one. We don't have to go all the way down. I'm thinking about doing it weird nonsense, and you just have them be there. All right, let's move everything up and down. The X's, I'm just going to redo afterwards. Why didn't you dig? There we go. The X's I will configure when I'm done. Right. This will free this. What did I say? 15? Then I just expand it 1 to the south after the fact. Same as up top. 1534. That should be, and that is exactly what that was. Now, what I might end up doing after this is all said and done is converting the outer, because we have room, is converting the outer suites into some bigger version of a suite. I've not yet implemented the medium suites. So as we have the room, I might do that with this design. We have room to expand to the south and the north on these. So it's not like we couldn't make the rooms somehow bigger. I'm not sure how to make them like really elaborate though. Make them somehow circular, I guess. Dome the edges. Make it look like clovers. And literally just fill these two with beds. Those together would be 15 by 4 is 60. The other side is 60. That's 120. That right there, those two hallways could house the base. Poorly, that's kind of half the point as far as I'm aware. And I see we've hit the hour mark. So for those of you who are watching on the YouTube archive when I upload them, thank you so much for watching. Catch you guys next time.